Hi, in this video we're going to install GDSFactory. So to install GDSFactory, you can go to the github.com GDSFactory/GDSFactory, and you can click here to see the documentation. So in the documentation you will see, as part of the intro tutorial, we have a section called Install GDSFactory, where you will install basically Klayout, Python 3, and then you will be able to install GDSFactory. So to install Klayout, you can basically click here and we'll download the Klayout build. That's basically depending on the OS you are. I'm on Mac OS 10, and basically I need to check which version of Mac OS. So I'm on Monterey Mac OS, so I can just download this Mac OS, Monterey. And I've already done that, and I already have Klayout running here. And once you have that, basically the second thing you need to do is you need to install Python 3. So I'm gonna download this. I'm on a MacBook M1, so you need to download this Mac OS. It's very fast. You will basically enter, accept, use the default install directory, and this is basically installing Python on your computer. Before I did that, I can go here. You will see Python. Now it's 3.9. So basically, so I'm closing the shell. So I open a terminal. Now you will see that your Python is 3.9. Before I had 2.7, which comes by default. So now you can install GDSFactory with pip install GDSFactory, and then this basically will install GDSFactory on your computer. So now I can do GF. So GDSFactory has a command line interface called GF for GDSFactory. So you will be able to see that GDSFactory 5.12.23 is installed on your computer, which is the latest one that's available on PyPI. Now that we have installed it, we can actually run it on an example. The second thing you're going to need to do as well is to have basically your Klayout server. So it's very nice once you build like GDSFactory components to be able to see them. Like, let's open the GDSFactory repo, for example. I'm going to go to File, Open Recent, GDSFactory. So let's say I want to run this stray heater .grep. So I hit play, and then it will try to run. The problem is that it doesn't know how to, it's not installed on the Python brew. So by default it's using Python, the Python from Python brew, and I have installed GDSFactory on the Mamba Forge. So you have to change that. The way to change it is to go to code, basically I think it's in preferences. So I'm going to do settings, I'm going to do Python. So basically this is going to tell you what's the path of your Python interpreter. So I want to be using the Python interpreter that I have used here, where basically it's been installed on my computer. So to know which Python I'm using is basically users j Mamba Forge being Python. So I can put this here, and now when I run again, it should be able to find the correct Python distribution that I have installed. As you see now, there's no error, and I can even see directly the Klayout basically output, because I'm using at the end of this command is c.show. So for that to work, you basically need to have the GDSFactory plugin installed. So you have two ways. So you can do it from manage packages, install new packages, and then install GDSFactory. I already have it installed, so yeah, like you will see them here. So I installed GDSFactory and also have installed these Klayout pixels. So now that you have GDSFactory here installed, you can basically visualize any component. Like, let's say you want to do like a switch tree, for example. You can hit play and it will basically update it live here. So as we've seen, we have shown how to install Klayout, install Python 3.9 from MambaForge, and we've also seen how to install GDSFactory through pip. If there's a new version of GDSFactory, you can also update the GDSFactory version. In this case, it's not going to update because it's already up to the latest version. But it's nice to run this command from time to time. Another option is to install GDSFactory as a developer. So if you want to install it as a developer, you need to git clone this repository and run make install. So you will need to fork this repository if you want to contribute to it, or you can just clone it and then you will be able to have the repository on your computer. So there will be a copy of this repository on your computer. So for that, you basically need to git clone and then GDSFactory. So this one already exists, so it failed, but I can just make install. So this basically will install GDSFactory on your computer, and then you can it won't download it from PyPI. The pip installed will basically download it from the PyPI from here, without you having to download anything. So we've seen how to install GDSFactory. We've shown you how to install the KLL plugin for GDSFactory. One way is to do it through the package manager, as I've shown here, tools, package manager. Another one is to install it through the command line interface using gftool install. So this will basically install it as well. So those are the options. And finally, we've shown you how to update GDSFactory.